Beautiful morning here in Minneapolis. As you can see, this is Lake Nokomis, and it's a little after 6 in the morning, so the sun is up, and we just got a beautiful day. There's not much wind. Hard to complain on a day like this. I'm wearing my summer riding gear, which is very breathable mesh, so I'm catching a lot of wind. That's always fun. Just feeling the ride, I always enjoy. And I want to talk a little bit more about the city riding experience, because this is an urban explorer and most of the time you're going to be doing city riding. So what is that like? It's great. This motorcycle is very flickable. It's got a lot of power waiting for you. So if you want that power, it's available, and it means that you are able to work most of the gears in a city setting. I'll be honest, unless I'm doing what I just did, I'm probably not getting out of fourth gear very often in the city. But there's some roads in the city that are, 45, 50, whatever. So you'll from time to time need it. But more so than a bike that has a higher CC, with this motorcycle, you will get to use more of the gears and have a blast doing it. It's got a lot of pickup. And so that peppiness in a city environment is really great. If you have to brake really fast, it'll do it for you. If you need to swerve, this bike is super flickable. It handles really well. Great for being able to swerve. And it's peppy, which means that if you need it to accelerate to get out of trouble, you can do that. And it's fun to do that. You also have a nice higher riding position, so the riding position is also just very accommodating for being in the city setting. You can see over most things. Keep the balls of your feet back on those pegs, and if you need to, if there's speed bumps or you just need to see a little bit more, you can stand up very easily. And the handlebar is in a nice position to accommodate all of that. I'm not gonna ride around standing up on my bike for very long, but it's perfectly comfortable to do that, which is remarkable. But I love the high position. You don't really have to wrangle this thing around. It's so lightweight, and it does maneuver so well that it's just great for the city setting and doing urban riding. Now, of course, it's a scrambler, so it also does some light off-roading, and a lot of that handling and maneuverability and everything. It speaks to the fact that we're talking about a bike that's an urban explorer with a bit of scrambler in it, a little bit of scrambler in it. Otherwise, it's just, even if you're just putzing around on it, it's fine. I'm third gear, 30 miles per hour, just kind of chilling out, and I can still have fun with it. But it swerves really well. I accidentally last weekend got down on my edges so far that I scraped the pegs, and I wasn't really expecting it. But again, you can do that. I mean, I was on a road that I think had like a 20-25 mile per hour speed limit with one of those big 180 turns in it, and just got down low and hit the throttle, and it was super fun. And I did end up scraping the pegs. I was obviously kind of proud of myself for that. In the city, it's not always possible to find opportunities to do more than go in a straight line, and so anytime you can find a road with some twisties and curves in it is fun, right? So I try to look at maps from time to time and find some roads that I know are going to be fun, and around the Twin Cities, I've found some good ones that, for city roads at least, are scenic, and or have some nice curves in them, so that I can enjoy not just going in a straight line on city streets in a grid, but that's one of the things that makes this really fun. Let me do a little quick side note for you all. So yes, it handles really well, it brakes really well. If you're maneuvering through traffic, you're going to have a lot of fun being able to do that. The tire, the stock Pirelli Scorpion tire, fine for the city. Like I said, I do mostly city riding, so I am going to replace that when the time comes, but it's not let me down. I've ridden it pretty aggressively, and I've not had any issues with the Pirelli Scorpion tires. in a city setting. I am looking forward to getting just a little bit more grip, but to be honest, you know, it's not let me down, and I've like I said, had a lot of fun with it. I wanted to do a shout out to some of the wildlife that I have seen this morning. I just saw a rabbit run in front of me. Earlier today I saw some turkeys, which is very common down by the river. And I saw a bird land and pick up a worm and take off and fly away with that worm, which is also part of the joy of being on a motorcycle. I feel like you're a lot more engaged with the world around you, and you get to have a whole lot of fun when you do it. So that, in short, is the Svartpilen 401 and the city riding experience.